Hi guys, it's Jay again from Ayaba's Win. I wanted to wish you guys a very happy new year. I'm going to be doing the reading of the year for the sign of Capricorn. If you have not seen me before, I am a priestess in the Afro-Cuban tradition. So I do this at the top of every year to help give you some advice on not only in love, but just life in general for the upcoming months. If you like what I'm doing, please like the video, definitely share, and certainly subscribe. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you would like a private reading, I am open for private readings. You can email me at ayabaswind, WYND, 99 at 999 at gmail.com. Three nines. Um, so let's get started. Spirit is talking about you search but not knowing. So it's almost like you know that there's something more that's out there. You just don't know what it is quite specifically, what it is you're searching for. But you are searching for something. This is what spirit is saying. Just keep in mind this is a general reading. Some of the information may apply, all of it may apply, or none of it may apply. Okay? And then these energies could play out in the next several days, several weeks, several months. Okay, some of the events that you hear in this reading could have happened in the recent past. They could be happening now, or these are things to look out for the near future. Okay, so spirit is saying that you are an extremely heavy spiritualist. Okay, you were born to be a spiritualist. Okay, you can easily read people. Some of you may need to drink a little in order for that thing to kick in. And I'm not saying you need to drink, but some of you don't realize your gifts until that alcohol kicks in, okay? But Spirit is saying that you are extremely heavy spiritualist. You're very gifted and very talented, okay? Um, However, for some of you, this gift can be so powerful. I'm saying this, my head is tingling, that you can be like a magician or a mad scientist and blow things up if you're not careful, okay? So you definitely got to be careful going on to YouTube and experimenting with all these, spells and tricks in people's bags that people broadcast on YouTube. Okay? I'm not saying that, all of these people are charlatans and they don't know what the hell they're doing. But you being a heavy spiritualist, and some of you not um, not yet honed in on your gifts, you can do things and tinker with things, and then all of a sudden these things could blow up in your face. Okay, so spirit is warning you. You got to be very careful. You have to have the right guidance, working with the right people at the right time in order to cultivate and strengthen your gifts. Okay, spirit is talking about um, in my tradition we call them abiku. Okay, so there's abiku. There are child spirits. There are spirits that can cause problems with with the feminine having children. Okay, so a lot of times these abiku spirits, these spirits can be they're spirits of dead children. Either these children were aborted. Okay, the woman was pregnant and then she aborted them, or the woman miscarried and this child was not able to be born into this world. Okay, and so some of these child spirits are very jealous. Some are angry that they were not able to come into this earthly plane and connect with the feminine. Okay, and so sometimes these spirits who are very jealous, they create barriers and blocks to women having children. Okay, and so spirit is saying that there are some viewers that are watching that have these abiku spirits that are around them that may be presenting issues with them conceiving, or them carrying a baby full term, or them giving birth to a child that may have challenges with special needs, or you can even have children, but these children are seeing and feeling a spirit, a childlike spirit around them that could be, in some cases, impacting your children's behavior. And then you, if you are feminine watching this, you may also sense that there is a childlike energy around you. Okay. in the spirit realm. So spirit is acknowledging this, and they're pointing this out, okay? So, spirit is saying that, there's a lot of unknowns, there's a lot of phenomena that's around you, okay? You were born to be a spiritualist. In fact, like, you are the needle that pulls the thread in your bloodline, okay? So you may not have other people in your bloodline that, practice in indigenous or spiritual traditions, okay? So they may practice in the mainstream spiritual religious traditions of like Christianity or form of that, or Islam. Okay. Um, However, Spirit is saying you are highly spiritual. Okay. Spirit's talking about the cat will bite the hand that feeds them. So you got to be careful with doing things for people and then people giving you their ass to kiss. Okay. This is what Spirit is saying. Some of you may literally actually have a cat, and that cat may not be so friendly. Okay. Spirit is talking about as far as like your living space. It'll be to your benefit this year to change the furniture around, which is to kind of move the energy. Maybe we could call it chi, to kind of circulate the chi, the energy in the house, okay? Because something is stuck. There's like a stagnant energy, and spirit wants you to move out of that, okay? So Spirit's talking about, what you may want to do is kind of throw a nice party with music, pretty things, great food, let it be like this, uh, how you say this, this sensory stimulating experience for people, okay? Because Spirit is saying that there has been some kind of brujeria or witchcraft that has been worked somewhere, okay? Now, if it has been worked in your home, or if it's been sent to your home, by you throwing this party or this together, this will help to clear out some of that energy. Spirit is saying that you can be very lucky these next couple of months. You can have a lucky mojo hand. You could, have great luck with playing the numbers. You may dream of some numbers, and Spirit is saying if you dream of, some numbers, you definitely would want to play them. Spirit is talking about too that you have a diviner energy, a spirit guide as a part of your spiritual entourage. You guys know I always talk about a spiritual entourage. Okay, I don't know what other readers refer to your spiritual group or your tribe. I refer to it as your spiritual entourage. I have always referred to it as that. But there is a gypsy spirit guide, a diviner that walks with you, that's a part of your spiritual entourage, okay? Maybe it is an ancestor of yours in your bloodline, or it could just be some spirit that has an affinity towards you, okay? And this spirit very much wants to work with you, also wants you to use your gifts and talents to divine, okay? Even if you don't want to read for people, you can read for yourself, okay? So what you could do is you can get an oracle deck. This is the one of the archangel decks, okay? And even if you don't know how to read cards, okay, just get a deck that speaks to you, that has messages, um, that you can connect with, okay? You just take the cards and you just start saying prayers, and you say, look, I want to be able to connect with you. Um, the diviner, I want to be able to cultivate my spiritual gifts. So please help me, send me the messages that I need to have, and then all of a sudden the cards are going to start jumping out, okay? And these are the messages that spirit will have for you, okay? This card that jumped out is peace. And it talks about peace comes from remembering that only love is real. Okay, so this is a message that spirit would have for you. Okay, so definitely start with that. You can also light a red candle for this gypsy spirit guide, this diviner. You could put down a glass of water, a cup of black coffee. I'm seeing like a long, skinny cigarette, like I don't know, they call it a cigarillo, or a long, skinny cigar, because this spirit guide wants these things and wants to work with you and connect with you. Okay, Spirit is talking about at this time, and how fitting this message is, but for specifically for you, it's talking about watching for viruses and diseases and sickness in the blood. Okay, so definitely go and check your blood every 3 to 6 months for any kind of diseases and sicknesses, whether you are symptomatic, meaning you're showing signs of sickness, or whether you're asymptomatic. Just go every 3 to 6 months to the doctor, get a blood panel done, get blood work done, STD check, and all of that, because spirit is wanting you to stay healthy, but they want you to check on that. Okay, the spirit is saying that, they want you to be healthy and strong for this year. You are extremely clairvoyant. I can't emphasize that enough, okay? But spirit is talking about, I'm saying this, my head is tingling. This challenge with a pregnancy. There is a trouble with bringing this baby into the earthly plane, okay? And like your reading opened off with like this energy with the Abiku spirit, the child spirit that was either very jealous or very angry that it wasn't able to come through because it was either aborted, terminated early, miscarried, or whatever. So, not sure if this is the only thing that's causing trouble with pregnancy, but Spirit is saying that there is a trouble with pregnancy. And so, if you were trying to conceive, it's going to be very important that you are in continuous prayer and in meditation to bring this baby forth for a safe delivery, okay? And I would even venture to say, like, don't even broadcast around town that you were pregnant, okay? If you don't have to tell people you're pregnant, don't tell people you're pregnant. When I was pregnant, people didn't know I was pregnant until I started showing, which was damn near 8 months. Okay. And so, and I didn't tell people my business. People don't need to know all that. All right. Um, but Spirit is saying, you are highly spiritual, but there is a spirit, there is a more than likely it is an ancestral spirit, a spirit that is in your bloodline, someone who has passed on, that can be affecting and impacting your moods. Okay. You may experience some mood swings. Okay. And it may be as a result, this is what Spirit is saying. This may be as a result of um, this spirit that walks with you that wants attention. Okay. So, what Spirit is saying, if you can and put aside a little area, you could put down like a white piece of cloth, put down a glass of cold water, a white candle. You could put down a bouquet of flowers, okay, and just say prayers, and ask for your spirit guides and your protections to guide you, that and tell them that you're giving them acknowledgement, and you appreciate their help and assistance, and only spirits of the light are welcome into your life and welcome into your home. And you ask them for the guidance and assistance that you need, because there's a spirit or some guide, spirit guide, that is impacting your mood. Okay. uh, Especially when there's no reason for you to be moody, and all of a sudden, like, there's this change. All right, the spirit is talking about, if your father is deceased, this is only applying to those people whose father is deceased. Spirit is saying that your father is requesting a candle to be lit in his name, okay, in his honor. Okay, and if you also have a picture of your father, with no living people in that picture, if there's living people in that picture, cut those living people out. Put the picture down near the candle, put a glass of water, and just light the candle and say prayers for your father. You can get the book of Psalms, and you can read from the Psalms, okay? But Spirit is saying that there's a father energy, an ancestor that is crossed over, a father like energy that's requesting this light and these prayers, okay? Um, Spirit is talking about if you have children, and if you don't have children, when you have children, Spirit is saying it's very important that you do not force your ways on your children, okay? Let your children blossom how they're going to blossom. Don't, of course, don't let them run rampant and be disrespectful, but at the same time, allow them to tap into their own creative talents, okay? Spirit is saying that you can read cards, whether you know it or not, whether you have a motivation to do that or not. Spirit is saying that you are such a heavy diviner and clairvoyant that you can read cards, okay? So like I said before, order some cards on Amazon or Etsy. There's some really beautiful cards. Order cards that you connect to. Don't necessarily order cards that you see the other readers reading, okay? Because those cards may be good for them, but you may get the cards and you're gonna be like, well, I don't connect to this energy, okay? So be very thoughtful in your selection of cards. Spirit is saying that, at this time, you walking in the woods, being in nature is going to be good for you. It's going to calm you. It's going to calm and quell your anxiety, okay? Spirit is saying you really need to connect with the Mother Earth, all right? Because all of this social media, these different platforms and the news and everything, it's creating anxiety in people. And so people are very much on edge. They're very scary. Okay. And spirit is like that. You cannot exist that way in 2022. Okay. And spirit is wanting to help you by you connecting with nature. Okay. Spirit is saying that you got to watch for illnesses that run in your family, that run in your blood. So, your blood is going to be a very big theme for you for 2022. Monitoring and checking your blood every 3 to 6 months, requesting a blood panel. It could be as minor as you having a slight deficiency in vitamin D or you're low in magnesium. All right, but Spirit is saying they want you to correct the things that need to be corrected to keep you healthy and strong, okay? Because Spirit is talking about like these diseases that run in the bloodline, maybe certain cancers, like a leukemia, diabetes, um, that there's a predisposition to get these things, okay? So Spirit is saying, with that little ancestral shrine or altar that you've created, please, please, please put up some flowers. White flowers are great, but if you have a compulsion, if you feel compelled to get some other flowers. Just don't let the flowers, rot at your ancestor shrine. Okay. And Spirit is saying, at this time, you may have great things going for you, but Spirit is saying it is not in your best interest to be bragging and posting and bragging and posting and telling the world about your great accomplishments, okay, at this time. People are on edge. There are many people that are struggling. Things may not be going well for them, so um, they may not wish you well, okay? They may not have the propensity to wish you well, okay? The other thing is you should not at this time be eating anything pumpkin. No pumpkin, nothing. Pumpkins represent wealth and abundance, and the spirit that is talking is the God, is the feminine aspect of God that deals with that that owns the pumpkin, okay? And so just to pay respect to that energy that is informing this reading, Spirit is saying you cannot be eating anything pumpkin. No pumpkin soup. I know, some people like sancocho, but sancocho is made with pumpkin. Okay, unless you can find sancocho that's not made with pumpkin. Um, what else? You know, any kind of soups, um, anything pumpkin, no pumpkin pie, no pumpkin seeds, no pumpkin nothing. Okay, at this time, at least for the next couple of months. Spirit is saying that if you do not heed the advice, you will not live to be old. This is what Spirit is saying. So, you're clicking on this reading. Guys, I know I'm not for everybody. Okay, I'm not in what do you call it, a popularity contest with all the other readers out here. I'm here to help people. If you're clicking on this reading, it is meant for you to get the information. But Spirit is saying if you do not heed the advice that's given, you will not live to be old, or that you will suffer greatly. Okay, so Spirit wants to guide you. Spirit is wanting to protect you from a tragedy that could result from a trap that has been set for you. This trap can be set for you through paperwork. This trap can be set through you through like a gossip trap. This trap could be set for you through like a pregnancy trap, something where someone tries to lure you. Okay. And Spirit is saying that some of you may feel like you're living like a prisoner. Okay, and spirit does not want you to live like a prisoner. Spirit wants you to be liberated. Okay, so for some of you, my head is tingling. You may want to get some feathers, okay, and sit it at your altar, because the feathers are going to represent liberation. They're going to represent movement and the freedom to move. Okay, and when you set that feather down, you can actually take the feather and clean yourself up off, dust yourself from head to toe, and just say, look, this feather, I'm setting my intention, this feather is going to be symbolic of the freedom that I hope to achieve in this world, in this earthly plane, in this earthly existence. Okay, and talk about some of the things that you want to do, because spirit is saying that someone wants to hurt you very badly. There is someone who has like real ill intent for you. Okay, so it's really beneficial this time for you to wear like a spiritual eye, some kind of pendant that is going to block any kind of negative energy coming in. I'm seeing something with a sword through a tongue. So if you can get like a kind of a picture, or I want to say cadena, um, what do you call it? A little thing on your necklace that represents a sword and a tongue, the cut, negative, people speaking negatively about you, getting like an eye, a mal de ojo, um, to put to wear around your neck to kind of deflect negative energy. That'll be good for you. Okay, Spirit is talking about, if you live in a household with more than one person. Spirit is saying that the smallest person in your house will have the biggest head. Okay. So this person may literally have the biggest head, or that this person may be very full of ego. Okay. May very full of themselves. Okay. And spirit is just acknowledging this, but spirit is saying that this could cause issues later down the line if it hasn't already caused issues. Okay. So also too, spirit is talking about leftovers. I know, with all the holiday festivities, people going out and stuff like that. Spirit is talking about, for you, it's not going to be beneficial for you to be eating leftovers, okay? Because leftovers can make you sick, very sick, okay? And you need your health. And Spirit is talking about travel. So before you travel, you're definitely going to need to pray. You're definitely going to, in some cases, need to, make a little like ofrenda, an offering, or some kind of pact or promise, asking spirit for safe travel, because spirit is saying that there could be something that happens along the way in your traveling. Okay, spirit is talking about someone is defaming you, someone is talking shit about you, they're speaking badly about you. So you definitely got to get that pendant. That's what it is, pendant with the sword or the knife or the dagger in the tongue. Okay, you can find that online. um, Spirit is talking to all the masculine energies that are watching this, and spirit is saying that, if you're a masculine energy and you have a woman, a feminine at home, the spirit is saying that this woman cries. Okay, and why does this woman cry? Do you even know that this feminine cries? Okay, are you so aloof and so consumed with other things that you're not realizing that this feminine is at home crying? Okay, spirit wants to bring attention to that. Okay, spirit's also talking about you need to watch going to a place that you've never been. Okay, because spirit is saying that, you can catch tragedy here. There could be danger in this place. There could be war. Okay, some kind of um, energy that you pick up that can incite war in your life. Okay, um, the spirit is talking about this brujeria, this witchcraft, which is connected to you possibly feeling like a prisoner, you feeling like you're not able to move or make the moves you need to make. Okay, and spirit is saying that there may have been some brujeria or witchcraft spell work done to tie you and bind you so that you can't make the moves you need to make, in which case you definitely need to direct your prayers towards freeing yourself from this negative energy. You can do your mantras for protection, like The one I love is Om Ayudaye Namaha. Om Ayudaye Namaha. You can set your cell phone timer for 10 minutes and just say it over and over again, or get your mala beads and do a whole 108 on your mala beads. Oh my God, this is tangled. Okay, and so you definitely want to do that. The other protection mantra is Om Doom Durgaye Namaha. Om Doom Durgaye Namaha. Okay. And so that's another great one that for you to do. You say it 108 times. You can do your mala bead, use your mala beads to go around, or set your timer for about 10 minutes on the short mantra. Okay. The spirit is saying um that if you have children, the youngest child in your house is going to be a huge blessing for you. Yes, children in general are blessings. They are gifts from the heavens, okay? But there's one child in particular, okay? Um, and Spirit is saying it's one of the youngest children in your household. This child is a huge blessing. However, you got to watch this child and take very, very good care of them. Okay, they're very delicate because Spirit is saying that this child could get sick. Okay, and so don't minimize um, uh, the child not feeling well. If the child says, "Oh, my belly hurts, my chest hurts," something like that, Spirit is saying you definitely have to stay on top of this particular child. Okay, um, there's a lot of heat that's around. I have done tons of readings for all the signs for this reading of the year. Okay, and there's in general there is a lot of spiritual heat around everyone, okay, in the world, okay, and there is the you need to cool that energy down. And so by wearing a lot of white, sleeping in white sheets, white comforter, white everything, doing white baths, wearing white on your head, washing your head in pure coconut water, putting a little bit of cocoa butter or shea butter on your head, um, dressing in as much white as possible. You guys will be able to kind of quell and cool down that spiritual heat that's around you, okay? Because Spirit is saying that at this time you got to be very careful. And again, with the whole pumpkin thing, I'm telling you, pumpkins are not it. Okay, pumpkins are not it. Don't eat anything with pumpkin in it, okay? Spirit is saying the wrong that you have done, do not do it again. So Spirit wants you to learn your lesson, learn your lesson well, but don't do it again. Okay, because Spirit is saying, you got to be very careful um, as it relates to the law of the land, but also spiritual law. Okay, and that has to do with karma. Be very careful with something that you have covered up or that you've done, because Spirit is watching you. And that's the other big theme for this year, for all of the signs. It has to do with Spirit's eyes are watching you, and that karma is big. And it's that whole weighing your heart with a feather. Is your heart going to be as light as a feather, or is it going to be heavy because of ill shit that you have done, okay, or that you have reaped, okay, and so that you have sown and that you are reaping, okay? So Spirit is saying, be very careful with that, all right? And Spirit is saying, just be mindful of being critical of people. Criticism, yes, has its place, but Spirit is saying that, you being so critical of people can really alienate you from friendships, okay? And it will, um, it will have you lose out on valuable people in your life, okay? And yet again, you got to be careful with traps, especially paperwork and contracts at this time. Okay, wearing a lot of white, you got to be careful. You know, um, Wearing a lot of white is going to keep everything calm. It's going to help you to stay level headed. Do a lot of white baths. I have the white bath in the description below. Please do your white baths. Please, you do it at least once a week or once a month. You could do it for 1 day or up to 8 days. 8 is going to be the magic number, okay? Because Spirit is saying that there is revolution. Um, there's revolution, and that this revolution can bring tragedy, all right? Or that the tragedy can bring revolution. But change is in the process of happening now, okay? And Spirit wants you to brace yourself. You got to go into prayer mode. You got to, get yourself together. Yoga, meditation, your mantras, dressing in white, sleeping in white, being consistent, okay? Staying cool, calm, and collected, because revolution is coming, okay? And essentially, revolution is change. And change is never really comfortable, okay? In fact, it's very uncomfortable and it's unsettling, and, people don't quite know where to go. There's no playbook as to how to deal with a revolution. Okay, you've just got to brace yourself and make sure you're vibrating at your highest, so you don't catch the wrath. All right. So Spirit is saying, change is around you. Spirit's talking about you got to watch who you deceive. Okay, for you could be the one that's deceived. Okay, you got to watch who you run game on because the same people that you run game on are the same people that are going to run game on you. Or that game you played on someone, that game is going to be played on you. This is what Spirit is saying. Spirit's talking about, like, there could be spiritual issues around you in your household. And Spirit is saying that you need a prayer circle, okay? You got to get your family members around, put a white sheet on the table, light up a candle, put a glass of water. You could put down a cross if you want. If you want, bring some prayers to the table, and y'all got to pray, okay? Because there are some spiritual issues that, if they're not already there, they could be coming, all right? And Spirit is saying it's not to your benefit to be cursing people, okay? If you know people have done wrong to you, Spirit is going to handle that, okay? It's don't take it into your own hands and start going on YouTube and getting this spell and this work and trabajo and all this, because you're throwing stuff at people. You don't know this person has done anything to you, right? And so you're throwing stuff at people and you are tampering with people's destiny, okay? And then when you tamper with people's destiny, you tamper with your own destiny. And then you could catch a whole bunch of stuff back because you don't know what people walk with, okay? What their spiritual entourages are, okay? So you could wind up messing with the wrong person and your whole life will be in shambles. So Spirit is saying, don't take revenge on your don't take that into your own hands. Don't curse people. They'll get their just due when it is time, okay? Spirit is saying at this time it's not beneficial for you to be drinking. Don't be telling lies unless it's a lie to save your life. Okay? And just be very careful of false testimony. So if someone asks your take and things, be very careful in lying, okay, and giving false testimony, because you can get in trouble. Okay, and Spirit keeps talking about this whole pregnancy, trouble with pregnancy coming up. Also, there may be a possibility for someone who may require like an operation of some sort. So be very careful at this time, because Spirit is saying that, you got to be careful with something as it relates to, paralysis. Um, so watch for paralysis, a stiffening of joints, or an inability to move or to feel, or doing activities that could put you at risk for being paralyzed. Okay. The other thing is, monitor your hemorrhoids, your diet, something with your stomach, like stomach issues and ulcers and things like that. And Spirit is also wanting you to be very careful of like explosions in your body. Okay. Um, uh, Sort of like something, things that will raise your blood pressure, anger, temper, diet, things that will cause like explosions in your body. Okay, Spirit's mentioning something about a little boy. Like, is a little boy sick? So this only pertains to people who have children or have a child that's very close to them. But Spirit is saying something about a little boy who's sick or who's going to be sick, okay? Just really get him help as soon as possible. Do not delay. Say a lot of prayers over this child, okay? Um, Spirit is saying that, again, with things that you're working on and developing, do not tell your plans, okay? Don't tell your plans. Don't tell people what you're working on. Do not say anything until it is actually up and running and in existence, if you really must, okay? Because Spirit is saying this will be your downfall, all right? Spirit keeps going back to like something that was said that was a lie. It is going to come back to bite someone, is going to cause a fight. Okay. Someone thinks that this lie was covered up and that it's not going to be discovered. Okay. Or the truth is not going to be discovered. But Spirit is saying, and I'm telling you, this whole karma thing is humongous in 2022. Spirit saying it's going to come back and cause a fight. Okay. Now, as it relates to fights and arguments, the one thing you do not fight over is money. Spirit is like, that is a negative. Don't fight over money. Spirit is saying that's a no-no. Okay. Um, the spirit wants you to watch when you go out. If you're at, people's houses, you gotta watch your food and your drink. Spirit is saying that anytime someone gives you food or drink, you gotta say a prayer over that food. Okay, so that you don't get sick, because Spirit is saying that there could be someone who has done some kind of brujeria or spell work or witchcraft over that food to either tie you, to make you sick, to hold you back. Okay, on the other hand, we're talking about mother and mother issues. Spirit is saying that there is, and this is not for everyone, I'm saying this, my head is tingling, that there's an issue with a mother or a mother figure that someone is having here. And Spirit is acknowledging this. And Spirit is saying, you know, um, if you can, within your power, please work to resolve this, because Spirit is not happy about this issue, um, with the mother. Okay, Spirit is not happy. Okay, at this time, please be mindful and do not overindulge in eating like sweet potatoes or yams or things of that nature. Okay, just with the energy that's around, you should not be eating that. Okay, Spirit is saying you got to watch your tongue, watch what you say, and how you say it. Speak of things that you want into existence, and do not say I can't, I won't, I don't want, because the more you say I don't want, the Spirit is going to give you what you don't want. So turn that around and put your energy into manifesting what you do want. Okay. And, guys, if you like what I'm doing, please like the video. Definitely share it and certainly subscribe. You are so welcome into Ayaba's Win family. If you like a private reading, if you want to explore things a little more with me, you can email me at ayabaswind, WYND 999 at gmail.com. And I will be back in a few weeks for your Love Tarot pop up. Ciao.